Hi everyone, it's Miss Sote. So we are going to be going over one of the Desmos problems that you all mentioned. And so this first one's going to be about simplifying expressions. And remember, an expression is any collection of numbers, variables with addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division signs and no equal sign. So expressions are special because they don't have an equal sign. So as you can see, this is an example of an expression. There's no equal sign, and we're going to talk through how to simplify it. And that's where I want to remind you of PEMDAS. I'm sure you've heard of that before, and this is the order in which we want to solve this expression. So we're going to start with our parentheses. So as you can see, we've got a set of parentheses right here, and that's what we're going to focus on first. So I'm just going to copy the outside stuff because that stuff is going to stay the same. So we've got 7 squared minus 6, and let's figure out what we need to do inside those parentheses. So 2 minus negative 2 is the same as 2 plus 2, because minus a negative is the same as adding. So now let's simplify our parentheses a little more, because again, we still have parentheses in our equation, or in our expression. Ooh, good catch. And so we want to make sure we get rid of parentheses first. So again, I'm going to copy the 7 squared minus 6. Now let's figure out what needs to go inside of our parentheses. 2 plus 2 is 4. So now we've dealt with whatever is inside of our parentheses. So I'm going to put a little check mark next to that. So now that we've done parentheses, we need to move to exponents. And as you can see, there is an exponent in our expression, so we got to deal with that first. So now we're going to deal with this part, which means I'm going to copy everything else. And what is 4 squared? Well, 4 squared is the same as 4 times 4, and 4 times 4 is 16. So now we've dealt with one of our exponents, but if you're wondering, hey, Miss Sote, there's another exponent, now we'll deal with our next exponent. 7 squared is the same as 7 times 7, so 7 times 7 is 49, and now I'm just going to copy the rest. So now we have 49 minus 6 times 16, and we finished our exponents part. Now the next part, multiplication and division, whichever order they show up doesn't matter. You can deal with division first or you can deal with multiplication first. That will not change your answer. But in this case we don't have division, so we're just going to deal with our multiplication first. So we've got 49 minus 6 times 16. If you want to do a little side work, I'm going to do it in the corner. 16 times 6. Let's do a little recap about doing multiplication by hand. First we do 6 times 6, that's 36. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 3, we get 96. So now we've got 49 minus 96, and we can check off multiplication and we can check off division because there was no division. Now again, just like multiplication and division, how you could kind of do whichever one first, the same thing happens with addition and subtraction. So you could either add first or you could subtract first. The order doesn't matter. But if you look, we don't have any addition left. We've only got subtraction. So let's move to our last part. And here I'm going to whip out my handy dandy calculator just so you can see what a TI-84 looks like. And we're going to do 49 minus 96, and that's going to give us negative 47. So that is an example of how to do a problem where you are simplifying expressions. You would follow the same order if there were variables inside. So there's going to be a few problems that ask you to simplify an expression with variables. Follow the same PEMDAS steps, and hopefully you can get it. Great job.